holding knockoffs is the right way to go, because you really want it as near to your thingy as possible if you're going to do it.
Okay, good evening. It is Friday the 7th of December 2018. This is Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and this is our weekly live stream. Well, almost weekly, most weekly. So if you're new to the channel, don't forget to click on the like button straight away, and don't forget to click on the subscribe button and the chime icon so you get notified of all the latest content. Now this week it's been quite an interesting week actually, strangely. Well, not strangely, we do some interesting stuff. It has to be said, I don't just do the same old boring unboxings every single week. There is a little bit of a mix-up. Now this week, as you can see, or maybe you can't see actually, next to me is this acrylic PC. Now I picked this up actually yesterday, and some of you may have seen the video on it already. If you have, thank you very much, and don't forget to go back and click on the like button. It's very important you click on the like button if you watch the videos. It's very good for my stats. But anyway, this was on a local Facebook group, and it was donated free of charge. And actually, the guy had a load of interest, but the guy looked at my profile, seen what I did, saw that I had a YouTube channel, and decided that I was the most worthy cause, which is a bit worrying. So decided to give me the PC, the acrylic case, which I'm not entirely sure. Oh, I've just seen another scratch there. I'm not entirely sure if this actually was mine at some point, because I don't know if there was that many of these around. I definitely had one of these 2006, 2007 maybe, and it's got all the kind of telltale marks of things that I would have done, like scratches for instance, and on the cabling there's some black PVC tape around the cabling, so the normal wires didn't look so crap. And that is definitely a thing I would have done back in 2007. In fact, I think I did it very recently. It's not unheard of for me to put black masking tape around cables. A little bit of a throwback, I think, from when I used to do car stuff, and we were taping up cables like car alarms and stuff back in the 80s and 90s. Those Mosk in Sparkrite car alarms, those DIY self-fits, where you'd get out there with a screwdriver and a drill and a bit of tape, and suddenly your old car would have a beep beep alarm on it, and everything would be great for a couple of hours until it started going off in the middle of the night and you have to rip the whole thing back out again. But anyway, I digress. And speaking of digressing, my stream looks like it's gone a bit mental, so I'm going to refresh this page. Is it broken? Is it working?
Yeah, it's working.
Perhaps this is working, that'll do for me. Okay, so anyway, I digress. So that has been an awesome find, or buy, or donation, or whatever you want to call it. I'm still not entirely sure what I'm going to be doing with it. Looking for you guys and girls and people of non-gender things to let me know. Tell me what you'd like to see done with this case. Now I will be honest, it has got quite a few imperfections on it, so it isn't perfect. It potentially could be more closer to perfect, but it isn't perfect. And in fact, if I switch to the other camera, I will give you a slight close-up of it so you can get the idea of any imperfections. So although it's okay, it's not bad, but there are a few scratches. There's quite a deep one there, which I don't know if that'll polish out. It might polish out, I don't know. But there's a few kind of things like almost like bubbles where it's been in the heat and stuff like that. There's a few areas like that, so it's not perfect. It's definitely not perfect. And at the end of the day, it was free, so I don't really mind either way. And it's nice to have a little PC or a little project to work on. It's actually not bad condition considering how old it is. I think whoever has had it has probably looked after it relatively well. So we thank them for that. So right, you can see the board. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, so that is enough about that. So if you've got any ideas, comments, suggestions, blah, 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 all that kind of usual stuff, let me know in the comments of this video, or better still, if you go back to the video where I've gone into this in a little bit more depth, it's about 20 minutes worth of video footage. So if you're into your retro PCs, your old Pentium Ds and your Athlon XPs and all that kind of gear, then yeah, definitely go over to the video, which we'll be putting a link in the description so you can check that out anyway. Or just just subscribe and it'll be one of the videos anyway in the channel. Go and check it out, leave me some feedback, let me know what you want to see done to it. Or if you've actually got any good ideas of how to polish out scratches in acrylic, I'll be really interested. And also if there's any means of kind of removing some of the kind of aging from the acrylic, like getting some of the yellows out, that kind of stuff. That again would be awesome. Any advice would be gratefully received. I'm thinking of using car polish, like T-cut, that kind of stuff, to try and get rid of the scratches. But I don't know whether that's going to introduce more kind of micro scratches, like you get those kind of swirl effects on metallic cars and stuff like that. So maybe I won't do that, maybe I will. But again, let me know in the comments or wherever, email me, join the Discord server, whatever you want to do, and give me some help, give me some advice, and we'll see what we can make of this thing. Because I would hate for it to just be chucked in the back of a wardrobe or under the table and not being used or being seen. It does deserve something, but I'm not entirely sure what. So anyway, we'll move on from that. So what else this week we've been doing? Well, we've been getting freebies. Freebies are good. And at this time of year, freebies are awesome, because the freebies can be wrapped up and given away to people you either don't like very much or don't want to spend any money on, and you can give them a Christmas present or holiday gift, if you're not allowed to say Christmas in your neck of the woods. Anyway, so what have we had this week? For British Gas. Sorry, someone else's teeth in tonight. No, never mind. If you go to British Gas, or if you're a British Gas customer, now for those of you outside of the British Isles, obviously this will mean absolutely nothing to you, so just, I don't know, stick your fingers in your ears for a little while, or, I don't know, count 50 or something. I'll be back with you in a minute. But anyway, people in the UK, British Gas customers, if you're signed up to the British Gas Rewards Programme, so that British Gas customers, and also Hive Interactive for the heating system, if you've got that, then you're automatically enrolled in the British Gas thing, I think. They're all kind of linked anyway, regardless. So if you are part of that rewards scheme, check your rewards on the app or the website, and chances are you're possibly eligible, or illegible. You're allowed to have the chance to get one of the Hive switches, the plugs, which actually, where in God's name did I put it? In here. Ah, there we are. One of these. So if you want one of these to go with your Hive heating system, or you're interested in maybe sort of starting out with Hive, you can either choose to get this on its own, or you can choose to get the starter kit, which is this, and the Hive hub, which kind of links everything up together. So if you're a British Gas customer,
We're not a British Gas customer.
check it out, and you may be eligible, or I think that's the right word. Basically, yeah, they're giving these away. I've got a feeling even if you just register on the British Gas site, you may well get it. Kath keeps on saying to me we're not British Gas, but we still managed to get one, so
We were PW,
whatever.
weren't we? And we changed recently.
Yeah, I think it's because we bought a boiler from British Gas, so we're part of that British Gas thing.
But we are out.
Yeah, we're not billed by British Gas, but we bought a boiler from British Gas, which,
Out of warranty.
yeah, but we're out of warranty, so anyway. Kath says we're not with British Gas, but we kind of are somehow. So check it out. You may get some of this stuff for free, even if you don't want it for yourself. Hey, just get it delivered, stick it on eBay or Craigslist or whatever. Sell it on, make some money, Christmas money. It's free. Free stuff's good. So what else did we get this week? Ooh, it's in the fridge. No, I'm not going to go. Went on to UK Hot Deals, or HotUKDeals, which is a favourite site of mine. Visit it every day looking for special deals and offers, all that kind of lovely stuff. But they've also got a section on their site for freebies. Freebies are also good. We like freebies. A deal is a great thing, but a freebie is much better, especially if it's something you actually want or can use. Now, there is a service which runs on the home automation apps, like your Google Home and the Amazon Assistant. I'm not going to say the A word because everyone's devices start triggering and it all goes a bit crazy. But basically, if you've got one of those home assistants, either on your phone or actually a hardware device like the Google Home, you can sign up to send me a sample. Now, send me a sample, offer samples to users all around the year, different things, some seasonal, some not. So we've applied for a health or nutrition bar. Me and Kath both tried doing that. And also I did the Coca-Cola one. Unfortunately, Kath missed out on that one. I think the Coca-Colas are all gone now. But definitely get yourself registered on Send Me a Sample, and you can then ask your electronic assistant to send you a sample and get free stuff sent to you. Awesome, it's free. What else could you want? And if you're not sure when there's going to be new samples available, if you register on HotUKDeals and set up an alert for Send Me a Sample, whenever someone posts a new Send Me a Sample offer, you'll get it sent to your inbox or notifications, so you can be in with a good chance of actually getting a free sample before they all sell out or get given away, whatever the case may be. Okay, so that is, what else have we done this week, Kath? I did ask you before we started and I've completely forgotten. I did write it down. It is in the list of my stuff. Bear with me a moment. So, what else have we done? Oh yeah, new AMD kit, which has been announced, well, kind of unofficially, but leaked or whatever you want to call. Everyone in the tech industry is talking about it. The new AMD stuff, which is coming out at 7 nanometers, the AMD 3000 series. What are your thoughts on it? I looked at it and I'm a little bit skeptical. Some of the CPUs, some of the prices, some of the specs didn't quite add up. It looks great on paper and it is something really positive to come out, but some of the frequencies and TDPs of the processors and potentially the prices all look, I don't know, slightly skewed. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. A new Vega integrated graphics chipset processor, if that keeps on getting better and better, eventually we're not going to need graphics cards at all. It's going to be amazing. So really looking forward to seeing what comes out. I suppose we'll find out when CES happens, just after Christmas. I think CES is probably the 2nd or 1st week of January, so it'd be interesting to see what happens with that. So totally looking forward to that. What else did we do? So we had free stuff from British Gas, we have new stuff from AMD. Oh, we did the Orico Teardown, so if any of you are interested, the Orico disk cloning solution, which I've been quite a proponent of and shown on the channel a couple of times. Somebody asked, this is what this channel is all about, and this is what I am prepared to do for you guys and girls out there, just to help people out. I know what it's like when you can't do something or you're not able to do something and you need help, advice, support, whatever it may be. You have to look at a video or whatever. If there isn't a video available, what do? You're screwed. These days, it's a really difficult thing to work out. So somebody asked me, Mike, can you take apart the Orico hard drive docking station without damaging it? Which, truthfully, I'd never had to do, so I didn't know. I said to tell you what I'll do, I will do a teardown, I'll make the video and I'll post it up for you. Now, I know it's obviously not going to get hardly any views because Orico docking stations aren't kind of setting the world on fire, and tearing one down is going to set one on fire even less. But I thought, well, what the heck? It's for the community, it's a subscriber who's asked the question, so the easiest way to do it is make a video. So it was a nice little quick video to do, so we did that, and everything was hunky-dory. So basically what I'm trying to say is, if there are things that you're not sure of, and you would like more clarity, or you want a video made of something, whatever it may be, just let me know. Drop me a line, send me a comment, whatever it may be. Whether you're trying to, I don't know, empty a recycle bin, anything, it doesn't matter what it is, just let me know what it is and I will help you out, either by returning a comment or by making another video for it. And if it's something which is a little bit kind of like, you should know really, but you don't worry. If you want to be kind of anonymous, then I won't tell a soul. Well, I'll tell Kath, but she won't tell no one at all. She'd be keeping it stum. She just talk to the cats a lot, so the cats may be aware of your stupidity, but the rest of the YouTube world will never know. So bear that in mind. If you want any videos made or you're not sure what to do, hit me up in the comments or send me an email, join the Discord server, private message me, whatever you want to do. I don't care. Just get in contact and we'll try and help you out. Excuse me. Little cough-ets there. So that was, I think that's pretty much it. I'm not going to go into the whole AMD stuff because most of it's speculation, and to be honest with you, if you want specifics on hardware like that, like frequencies, wattages, all that kind of stuff, then you're better off going to somewhere like Hardware Unboxed, Hardware Canucks, all those kind of people, Tech Jesus, all that sort of stuff. They'll go into it in a much better way than I ever can, or can at the moment, maybe in the future, but to be honest with you, it doesn't really excite me that much. Yeah, it's great, it's new stuff, but it's going to cost loads of money, and I've got computer stuff around me which works, does its job just fine. Yeah, it's nice to see what's coming out, but am I going to buy it? Unlikely. Although, saying that, the 3300G processor is ticking a lot of boxes, so that is going to be a potential for me, but we'll wait and see how good it actually is when it comes out. So I'm going to have a quick look through the comments. Looks like we've got a few comments on there. And I was late for the stream. Yes, I was. Whilst Tony's in the house, thank you. Hello Tony, how are you? Refresh if you're not seeing the stream. Nice whiteboard, Mike. Yes, it is. That is my whiteboard with the questions of the day. Well, not of the day. Oh, that's the wrong button. That's the button I wanted. So that, basically, that board there is some of the questions that I've been asked over the last week. Now, for those of you who haven't seen, I made a video about these headphones or AirPods or whatever the heck you want to call them. And ever since I did it, my inbox has been absolutely mental with lots and lots of questions regarding these little suckers. Now, these are really cool, but there is a downside, as there is with anything which is a replica, a knockoff, a copy, clone, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to quickly read through the rest of the questions, but have a look. Actually, yeah, can you see that? You can't see it now, can you? I'll switch it back. Have a look at the questions, and that's the questions that I've been asked. I didn't leave it on there long enough, did I? I apologise profusely. So you can work those out. So that is the questions I've been asked. If you've got any other questions, if you've joined this stream because you've been watching the other videos about these knockies i10 TWS, let me know in the comment section or in the chat what your question is if it's not already on that board. And then as soon as I've gone through these quickly, I will try and answer some of the questions and give you some of the answers to some of the ones I've already tested. Now, who else have we got in there tonight? We've got Glenn's in the house. Good evening, Glenn. Kath's in the house, well, obviously, because she's here. Brytek's about. Evening, Bry. How are you? Nice to have you on board. You must be bored. Or waiting for a video to render. Did Mike test the Nova Mesh network units? Yes, and I'm still using it. Any good? From what Mike says, yeah, seems good. Considering I haven't set myself. Solve your voice. Yay, Kath linked my video. Thank you, Kath. Yeah, you clicked on the link and it took him off the stream. Bless. Angel's on. Evening, Angel. How are you? How's Michael? How's Gran? So Brytek is in the house. Yeah, Brytek. Right, okay, everyone's had enough time to read that.
Brytek says, you've seen that video, but you were going to do it before and after.
Oh, what, for the tender, for the MW3?
So you need an after video.
Okay, I will do the follow-up video.
Oh, right on.
Basically, to summarise with the Nova, the Tender Nova AC1200, actually, while I'm thinking of it, today I noticed on HotUKDeals that the 4-pod version of that's the 3-pod, there's a 2-pod, actually there's all of them. There's a single pod you can buy on its own, which is the worst value for money. There's the 2-pod, which is not bad, which was about $49.99. Then there's the 3-pod, which is normally about $100, which was reduced at PC World for $59.99. But today I noticed there's the 4-pod version, which is currently on sale, I believe, at box.co.uk for $79.99. So if you've got a slightly bigger house, maybe a 4-bed or a larger 3-bed, or just you've got an odd layout, the 4-device version might be right up your street. So I haven't got the link available to me at the moment, but again, if you're interested, go to hotukdeals.com and you can find out from there. Just do a search for Nova or Tender and you'll find it. There's a really good site. Definitely, if you're looking for bargains, gadgets. I'm in no way affiliated with HotUKDeals. Let's get that straight out the doors. I have nothing to do with them whatsoever. They don't pay me, I don't pay them. There's no kind of, in fact, if anything, they actually stopped me posting because I put affiliate links to products, and they banned Kath for life because they're bastards. So send them all an email and say, HotUKDeals, reinstate Kath Churchill, because she's pretty cool, and her name is Mrs. Fluke Skywalker. Anyway, I'll get off my box there. Oh, I just looked down in the chat and I noticed that John Sterix. Oh no, I just bought them knockies. This is going to be tough on you. Hey, it's going to be tough on me. I bought them as well. What else we do?
Can't see it, Tony.
Anyway,
Can you just say to Tony, I can't see it?
oh, Kath says,
This will most likely delete, but...
yeah, she can't see it. Actually, it's probably because I know it's. Do you know what? I'm sat here and I'm straining my eyes and like feel like a right idiot. And it's because I haven't got a pop-out chat, which makes it much better. And also, I can do stuff in the chat. That's good.
So tell Tony we can't see it.
Oh no, Tony, we didn't see it, so we didn't delete it. But it could be the automatic algorithms now within YouTube, which is deleting stuff which may contain profanities, swear words, racism, sexism, and basically any of the isms. So if you're doing an ism, it's going to get deleted. So anyway, Brightech, to answer your question, signal strength is awesome on the 2.4 gigahertz is really good. 5 gigahertz obviously not quite so good, but you get the increase in speed, which is really nice. Actually, this is not going to be easy, and this is completely off the beaten track for tonight's stream, but it's relevant, so why not? Let's do it. Now, where is my Wi-Fi checker? Now, actually, it's really useful. If you've not got one of these already on your mobile phone, it's definitely worth getting a Wi-Fi analyzer app. Now, I use Wi-Fi analyzer. It does 5G and 2.4G, and at the moment, so actually, if I switch to the other camera, wrong button. Okay, so can you make that out? Oh, that's going to be a bit reflecto. There we go. So in a moment, you can see there's the 3 Churchill networks, which are currently in the house, and they're at the moment, because I'm almost in the middle of the house, all 3 of them are kind of are peaking. Now the one at the top there is probably going to be the one which is directly above me. So that's a pretty decent signal. That's on I think that's on the 5G. So if you look in the 2.4G, if it decides to focus, there we go. I do apologise for the focus. It is a webcam, so I am sorry. But you can see there's the 3 Churchill networks, which are all provided by the tender boxes. And that's a pretty awesome signal. And the other signals you can see, that is our neighbours, which the one with the EXT on the end is on the left hand side of us, and the Sky one is on the other side. So definitely a decent signal, a very decent signal. So hopefully that answers your question. Let's go back to the other camera. I'm back. Okay, what do you think? It's pretty cool, and it's nice actually to have the 3. It's a shame I can't use the camera as I'm walking around. Maybe if I could work out a way of doing that. But literally, you can kind of walk through the house and you can watch the bars, signal strength going up and down, and you seamlessly disconnect from one network to the next part of the network. Doesn't have to do anything. There's no user intervention, and in the app you can actually set it so there's a very fast switchover. Now, Apple iPhones are a pain in the ass for not letting go of networks quick enough and switching to the next available signal. So if you switch it on to the high setting in the app, it basically switches over Apple devices a lot quicker. So you can literally walk around the house having a Skype conversation or FaceTime or whatever it may be, and it just won't cut out. It just keeps on linking you wherever you go. It's awesome. Actually, I would say arguably, we've had it now probably, is it 2 weeks now, Kath? This is the 2nd week, right? It's probably just over 2 weeks we've had it, and I haven't rebooted one of them yet. Well, I'll tell a lie, I did turn George's off because I wanted to do some B-roll for the video I made, so I disconnected his because this was the easiest one to get to at the time. So yeah, we've had it 2 weeks, they've not been rebooted, we've not lost internet connection at all, and that's using a Virgin Media hub, which is now in modem mode. So as far as I'm concerned, it's awesome. And especially being that I kind of do what I do, making videos and stuff and needing to be online, I don't want to have dropped connections and all that kind of nasty, horrible stuff. So yeah, for 60 quid that I paid, fantastic. Actually, I would say probably maybe purchase of the year. I don't know. I'm gonna do a video actually towards the end of the year after Christmas, and I'm going to do a review of the best products that I've bought of the year. So if you've got a favourite product that we've done, let us know in the comments, or again, send me an email, and we will definitely make a video of our top 5, maybe top 10 products that we've had this year. Anyway, I am digressing massively. Oh, did somebody ask about graphics cards?
No, I didn't.
Oh, Kath asked about graphics cards. Okay, so I don't know if I mentioned it in the last stream or last video. Actually, we had a totally brilliant deal, which was we bought 3 new graphics cards, which we probably didn't need. Like you do, it's coming up to Christmas and you need graphics cards. So George has now got a GTX 1080. I've got a GTX 1070 in my editing machine, and just over there behind me is a virtually brand spanking new Radeon RX 480. Now I know it's a 480, it's an 8 gig, and it's a reference design, so it's the AMD one. It's not great and it's a little bit noisy under full load, but this card, he says, dropping it almost. This card, camera 2, this card is virtually brand spanking new. Now I haven't cleaned this card at all, apart from wiping the top. And the fan, it's difficult to get a light on it actually, but the fan, if you look at it, there is not a speck of dust in those fans. There is nothing. That is completely as it would have come out of the box from the factory. And best of all, £100. That's right, £100 for a Radeon RX 480 8 gig. I didn't press the button. £100 for that one, which is basically brand new. Got off a guy on a Facebook group who works at a graphics company, and those have been in kind of graphics desktops, like your kind of Dell Precisions, all those kinds of things, or XPS machines, that sort of stuff. So it's in an office environment. Chances are, by the look of it, he's got 4 of those cards. I don't think they've ever even been turned on in a computer. I think it's probably computers that have been returned or in a room somewhere have never been used. It is so clean, it is ridiculous. I've never seen a card as clean as that. And it's an RX 480, so it's got to be, I don't know, what, 2 years old maybe? Year and a half, 2 years old. I think I reviewed the, actually I reviewed that one, the MSI RX 480 OC edition. I reviewed that. That was one of the first things I reviewed on this channel, which would have been probably, yeah, 20 months ago or so. Christ, doesn't time fly? Anyway, so in the deal, I got that for £100. That's the RX 480, the AMD one, which is basically brand spanking new, hardly been used. I've got a EVGA GTX 1070 SC edition, which I got for £230, which isn't cheap, but it is a really good, it's a good price, it's a fair price, and it's a great card for a 1070. Normally about £250 or so, sometimes a little bit less depending where you go, but for a well looked after card, a GTX 1070, especially the EVGA version, not a bad price, $230. So then moving on, the last card is the GTX 1080, which is the Founders Edition, which George upstairs has got. And he paid just over $300 for that, which for a GTX 1080 FE, again, is a pretty good price. You can get them around about that price or a little bit less, but this is from a trusted seller that I knew. Again, it looked like it was brand new. I don't think it's hardly been used at all. No signs of use on it whatsoever, no dust on it. Anyway, so it's been looked after, and I don't think he's basically stripped down a PC and sold it on. So happy days. Yeah, so that is pretty much it. So 3 new graphics cards this week, I think it was last Sunday, but we haven't done a live stream since then, so I haven't mentioned it. But yeah, so 3 new graphics cards. So yeah, I've got some other cards to get round. And the main reason for the upgrade to that, now Brytech possibly will be with us on this. If you use Adobe Premiere, you've got no choice, you've got to use an NVIDIA card. They have basically screwed the pooch, and you cannot use an AMD card now for hardware rendering or hardware rendering support in Adobe Premiere. It just doesn't like it, and they've issued a new thing for CC 2019 saying, no, it's got to have CUDA cores and at least 4 gigs. So can't get away these days with like an old 1050 or something like that. It's got to be a 4 gig card, and it's basically limits you to a 1060, 6 gig, a 1070, or anything above from that really. It's I don't think it supports 9 series. I might be wrong on that, I'll have to double check. But basically, yeah, if you want hardware support in Premiere, muchos spondulix. Anyway. Right, so that is that. Now what else we got? Any questions, answers? Oh, 80s horror fans about. Good evening, 80s horror fan. 80s horror fan, you'll be pleased to know that the other night, whilst I was rolling some cigarettes on like a production line basis, I watched RoboCop, the original movie, from start to finish, and the ending was different. I don't know why, I don't know how, but the ending was different. You tell me, actually anyone else who's seen the film RoboCop, who is maybe you're a similar age or are into your retro stuff or whatever, tell me what the last line is in RoboCop, and I will tell you if you're right or wrong, because you think you know the answer, but you don't.
Is it a different ending?
It may be a different ending, so I won't be too much of a dick. But tell me in the comments what you think the last line is in RoboCop, the original movie. Oh, Welsh Tony's away from his keyboard, he's gone for a crap. He doesn't know I said that because he's gone for a crap. Amazing. Brightex bought 3 new RX 560s for $50 each. Hey, that's pretty good. RX 560, that's not a bad little card. Threadripper causes problems with Adobe products as well. Oh, damn. So 80s Horror Fan 88 has come back and said the last word is Murphy. Now, just as a quick recap, RoboCop shoots Dick Jones because the old man gives him the sack, so he officially can act on Directive 4 and take action against... No, he can't take action against an officer of OCP, but because he's fired, he's not an officer, so he can shoot him in the nuts or whatever. So the old man says to him, "Nice shooting, son, what's your name?" Now, I was 100% sure, like, more than 100%, like, more than that, because I was actually visibly stunned when it happened, because at the end of the film, he says to him, "What's your name, son?" And RoboCop turns round, knowing who he is, and says, "Murphy." But I remember a version of this, I'm sure I do, because either that or I need to see a doctor or something. Well, I do need to see a doctor, that's a different matter. But I'm sure that the ending of that film was, "The name's Murphy, but you can call me RoboCop." I'm sure that was the last line. I'm sure I've heard that somewhere, a different cut maybe or something, but I'm sure I've heard that. Or it's the Mandela effect taking effect again. And
But what was the ending?
freaking, that was the ending.
Murphy.
Yeah. The real.
It's you then, isn't it?
It's not me. I'm sure. I've watched that film hundreds of times. I'm sure at some point it said that.
You wouldn't have a name like 80s Horror Fan if you didn't remember things like
Yeah,
that.
80s Horror Fan. There are about 10 cuts of the film. It is the Mandela effect. Yes, I thought it was. Right. Okay. So we've got a bit far into this now. So I think I better address the whole knockies in the room. These things. Glenn says, "My friends call me RoboCop. My friends call me Murphy. You call me RoboCop." Yeah, I'm sure that was it. Or was that maybe in RoboCop 2? I'm gonna have to rewatch both films now. Damn it. Anyway, right, knockies. Knockies i10 TWS True Wireless System, or whatever. Now, if you've not seen these around, or have not seen them already, I'll quickly go through what they are. Now, these are Bluetooth earbuds, very much a clone or rip-off or knockoff of the Apple iPods, AirPods. I get really confused on that. AirPods, earpods. They're AirPods, aren't they? AirPods, right. So these things are essentially around about $50, so about £40 thereabouts. which is a lot cheaper than the Apple version. Now, if you've got the Apple ones, you're looking at $150, so that's about £130, maybe thereabouts. I'm not too sure how it works out price-wise with the dollar at the moment. It's all a bit crazy. Anyway, so these are the i10 TWS. Now, these are pretty newish on the market, and I noticed that somebody had them and did a review of it, and basically in the review, all he said was, guys, like this all the time, and it really did my head in. And he didn't really say much about them, so I figured I'd get some and do the video myself. But I didn't realise how much feedback I would get from it. Now, at the moment, these, for some reason, are the highest ranking video on the channel. These are getting so much attention. I guess it's come up to Christmas and they're a relatively new product.
We did the i9s, didn't we?
Yeah, we did the i9s before, and
We got to talk about them.
they were okay. Someone actually said about these were coming out. The i9, or they were out. So anyway, long story short, we got them. So the comments generally, on the whole, were very positive, which is awesome, which is kind of what my initial reaction was to them. I tried them, put them in, listened to them. They sound phenomenal. Now, don't get me wrong. Yes, there are faults with this, but they do sound amazing. Now, if you've ever used a Microsoft Surface, either the Pro 3, Pro 4, or Surface Books, you will know that the speakers in these things are amazing. The sound quality, the stereo separation is brilliant. And if you've used a decent pair of quality headphones, you know decent sound when you hear it. So you pop these in your ears and you watch a movie or listen to some music, they sound phenomenal. Now, the i9 TWS, which I've got, these ones, these are still wrapped actually, these are going to be a gift for someone, but they are okay. They're based on the same sort of thing. They're basically a knockoff product as well, but the sound quality wasn't great, and they use Bluetooth 4 rather than 5, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, those were good. They were good, but these, the i10, they are in a completely different league. So I was watching a film, like I said, watching Robocop, making my cigarettes with my cigarette rolling machine, which Kath will probably chuck in the links. We are Amazon affiliate whores, we really are. And if you are here, check out our Amazon links, because every little bit does help the channel, and Lord knows I certainly need the help right now. So click on the links. There you go. That's the thing you can do for me for Christmas. Click on my links. Anyway, I digress. So weirdly, these have started charging. Yeah, so we got loads of feedback. I was watching a film, watching Robocop. Was I watching Robocop? Anyway, it doesn't matter what I was watching, but I was watching something, and I wasn't really concentrating because I was making cigarettes and kind of multitasking and answering questions on YouTube and all that kind of stuff. And I could swear there was some sort of crackling coming through the earpiece, and I didn't pay much attention to it and carried on, blah blah blah. So put it all to bed. Next day, wake up, and my comments is like, i10 disconnecting, bad sound quality, not charging, all these problems. So I said to the people, I haven't experienced any of these things, but I'm going to tomorrow I'm going to look into it. So I spent all of yesterday basically going through different scenarios with these, different phones, different Bluetooth settings, all the kind of things I could do to try and answer some of the questions. So just to run through the questions, so we've had left channel dropout, lag in videos, inverted sound channels, Bluetooth that can't reconnect if it's been disconnected, pods themselves not charging, sound interference in calls, pods appearing as two separate devices in the Bluetooth device manager, a continuous bleeping alert when not in use, and that is pretty much the main questions. Kath's just having a quick scan through the questions now to see if there's any others that we've been asked. I don't think there's anything else in the comments, but Yeah, okay, so that's the main question. So I'm going to quickly go through these questions now and answer some of the problems, and also offer some suggestions of why you may be getting these problems, because I did find a couple of reasons why these were failing. So if you've got these and you're frustrated by them, there's possibly a good reason for it. So the first one was the left channel dropout. Now the way that these work is the right channel is the communication with your Bluetooth device, and the left channel communicates with the right channel to link the sound to get the stereo. So the left channel itself doesn't actually connect to your Bluetooth device, it connects to the right earbud. Now I found that on a full charge the dropout was not noticeable. What I did find by checking the battery level on the pods, now that's actually a downside. You cannot measure the individual batteries of the two pods, so you don't really know which one's charged or if they're both charged the same. So let's get out of the way. But I did find when the battery charge appeared to be 50% or less, there was a dropout on the left channel. So whether that is due to interference or due to low power or power saving for some reason, quite often it went back up. Quite often it went back up and it was absolutely fine, but as the batteries are getting under 50%, they do have a tendency to drop out on that left channel. Now I have actually been in contact with Knockies to see what their feedback is, and at the moment they're saying, well, we'll get back to you after the weekend. So I have got no confirmation from them whether there's a problem, whether there's an issue, whether there's a fault. It doesn't seem to be, but it does seem to be that when the battery power is low or lower than kind of 50%, the problem becomes noticeable, which may or may not be a massive concern. To me, I generally keep them charged up anyway, so it's not an issue, and probably use them for about an hour or so anyway. They're rated to last for 2 to 3 hours, so an hour's use, I'm probably never going to notice it. So that's that. The next thing was, excuse me, was lag in videos. Now most Bluetooth earpods, when you're watching videos on YouTube, Vimeo, if you're on a tablet watching it in kind of Chrome or some kind of extension, then you will get problems with older Bluetooth devices. Now these are Bluetooth 5.0, and I can say wholeheartedly, I've watched quite a lot of video. What did I watch yesterday? The Equalizer. Watched The Equalizer yesterday, watched Robocop, and I was watching some YouTube videos, and specifically watching stuff with a lot of verbal stuff, like Linus Tech Tips videos I was watching. Obviously Brytech, watched some Brytech as well, so we're checking that out. And it's actually difficult for Brytech because you don't see his face, so you can't do the lip sync thing, but from what I could tell, the video's in sync. But for anyone where you can see the lips moving, watching films, if there is a lag, I couldn't perceive it. Now I did swap between the i10s and the i9 TWS, and the i9 TWS, the lag is almost like half a second to a second, so it's kind of really, really obvious. Whereas with these, it's fractional, if at all. Some people have reported it. I would say if you are getting it, then it's more than likely because of a lag of your device and the Bluetooth controller rather than the earpieces themselves. So that is, so left channel dropout, yes, confirmed. We have experienced left channel dropout, but it does seem to be battery power dependent. Second problem or question, lag in videos. I would completely say that is not an issue with these, well, specifically the Knockies ones. Obviously, I'm going to keep on banging on about this. I can only comment on the Knockies version. I can't comment on any of the other versions that may be on the market from kind of AliExpress, Alibaba, eBay, whatever. They all are different in my opinion. They may not all come from the same factory. They may go through different processes, cost different amounts, etc., etc. So this information refers specifically to these Knockies that I've tested. So your device's mileage may vary. Okay, so next one, inverted sound channels. Now this one actually was a real surprise to me because watching the films, I didn't notice it. Listening to music, didn't notice it at all. It wasn't until I actually went into a video which actually is a sound test video, which is left channel, right channel. And yes, I can completely 100% confirm it, that the sound channels are inverted on these AirPods, which is insane. It is such a stupid oversight. I don't believe I sound like Victor Meldrew then. I don't believe it. But how can they possibly do it? It's like they put the sound chip in the wrong side. Completely baffled. But yeah, just to confirm it, these Knockies i10s do have inverted audio channel. So if what you're going to be using these for is really important and you want to get that stereo separation for left and right and it's extremely important to you, then definitely don't buy them. Seriously, don't buy them because it will drive you mad. But if you're just like a regular normal human being and you're just listening to music, watching videos and whatever, then it's great. If you're wanting to use these to play games on your mobile phone and you're really like PUBG or something, or Fortnite, and you want to use these to play games, then no, totally, because it will completely screw up your gameplay. You'll be looking to the right when there's people shooting you from the left. I guess there may be some way you could kind of transfer it so it goes back the other way, reverse the audio, but again, you shouldn't have to, it's a bit mental. So yes, 100% confirmed, inverted sound channels on these particular models, which is bizarre. Okay. I need to take a drink. Life of Tech. Hi, Life of Tech. How you doing? Where was I? Right. Okay. So next problem on the list: Bluetooth cannot connect or reconnect. Now, I've had no problems at all connecting to Bluetooth with these, with my Nokia 8. My Huawei P10 Lite, iPhone 5S, and what else was it? Oh, obviously the Surface Pro 3. So all of them have been absolutely fine, and I've double tested and retested by leaving the devices actually out of their case, so they remained on, and also removing the devices, forgetting the devices, unpairing the devices, and then immediately trying to repair, and 100% worked every single time. So I've had no issues whatsoever with Bluetooth connectivity where they wouldn't connect, which kind of leads me on to the next, well, jumping down the list a little bit more, is the pods appearing as two devices. Now the pods appearing as two devices I did actually find with the i9s, the i9s TWS. Every now and then, sometimes they would appear as two devices, but I've not had that with these. Again, Bluetooth controllers work differently on different devices. They should always appear as one set of AirPods or AirPods or whatever they're called. I always get confused on that. So Bluetooth wise, I've had no issues whatsoever with lag, connectivity or reconnecting, pairing, anything like that. It's all been absolutely fine. The only issue I found is with the low voltage possibly in the onboard batteries and the left channel dropping out where it's not getting a signal. But having said that, I also did find, now this, I've got a light here in the studio, or lounge as it's known, or dining room. Now this bulb, which actually isn't too hot, because it's LED, you know, technology. This is a Wi-Fi bulb from a Yi light, which I reviewed actually ages ago. This is like an RGB bulb, so there's all different colors. Now, when I was rolling the cigarettes and doing what I was doing, watching a film on the Surface Pro, I actually had this lamp over the top of the laptop, which of course is probably a couple of feet from my head. This is a Bluetooth device, which I'm not an electronics expert, but I'm pretty sure that the Bluetooth frequency and Wi-Fi and all that kind of stuff all works on the same kind of gigahertz spectrum. So my theory is that if there is Wi-Fi interference, these will experience dropouts, or one side will drop out from the other. That is my best guess. Now, with the kind of certificate of electrical compliance or whatever these things have to come with, it does say in there something about this device must accept any electronic interference given. So basically it's like all devices must accept interference but not give interference, if that makes sense. I'm not sure how that works, but there's some kind of thing in the electrical legislation that devices are basically designed so that they're not shielded effectively. So that is my reasoning behind why people are getting problems with this. Whether they're close to another Wi-Fi source, such as the Wi-Fi antenna in your laptop, Wi-Fi antenna in your phone perhaps, or Wi-Fi bulbs, Wi-Fi routers. We're surrounded by Wi-Fi these days, so it's not out of the question to think that these would be affected by that kind of wavelength. I did kind of try this in another way by actually going into the front room where I just laid on the sofa with my phone a couple of meters away, and I didn't experience any problems whatsoever. So that is loading the Bluetooth by giving it more distance to travel, but also removing me from Wi-Fi devices in that local area. So I think that any problems with these are mostly to do with either 2G or 5G bandwidth affecting it. So that's that. Sound interference on calls. Now, sound interference on calls I did not experience, but I did experience poor sound quality. So whether you could call the sound interference the same thing as sound quality, then I don't know. Now, the way I tested this was by using a kind of a control method. Control method was basically phone the free phone number on the back of my credit card company's credit card and phone their automated service. So I could be guaranteed that pretty much every time I'm going to get the same phone call go through and through. So I tried it under a few different settings, again, away from any Wi-Fi, in here, different places around the house, depending on the phone signal and stuff like that, just to get a rough idea. So I phoned the company about 10 times through the automated switchboard, and I did notice, and it is actually worse if you're in the middle of watching a movie or you're listening to some music and someone calls you, the call quality comes through and it sounds shocking, absolutely shocking. Now, I don't know how that is or why that is, but it is awful, proper awful. And my best guess is when you're watching a movie and streaming and that kind of stuff to these devices, they're in receive mode. Whereas when you're in a phone call, they're in receive and transmit mode. So by means of power saving, they've reduced the quality for both in and out. That's my best guess. I don't know for sure. Again, I haven't made these, I haven't taken them apart, and I don't intend to, but that is my best guess. So the call quality isn't great, but the call quality is the same as pretty much all of these Airpods and earbuds, the TWS, the, what was the other brand I did, Kath? I can't think what they were named. Oh, the Arbilly ones. The Arbilly ones, these Holly High, all of them seem to have approximately the same call quality. So I definitely wouldn't lose any sleep over it. I haven't tested the official Apple Earpods because I'm not a lunatic and I don't have that kind of money to spend on these things. So I can't give you a fair comparison between them, but from other Bluetooth devices I've used, these sound pretty much identical. The only difference being is when you listen to music, they sound absolutely amazing. So there is a massive disparity between the two types of quality. So hopefully that clears that up, possibly. So didn't get sound interference that I could tell, no crackling, that sort of stuff, but the sound quality was poor comparatively. Airpods appearing as two devices we've already discussed. Continuous alert when not playing. Now I did try this. I basically walked around the house with these in, with my phone off of Bluetooth mode and with it on and nothing playing, phone asleep, all that kind of stuff. And I never experienced it. I did try a few things, like put them back in, take them out, different phones, etc. This is like 2 or 3 hours of testing, just literally walking around the house like an idiot, putting away washing, all that kind of stuff. Actually, whoever sent that question, continuous alert when not playing, you've stitched me up, because I ended up doing a whole shitload of housework that day just to walk around the house. So yeah, thank me later. So, and also I didn't find the problem. So if you're getting that continuous alert when not playing, My only thing is I've not let the batteries run right down on these. I don't know whether there's an alert tone when the batteries are losing power or about to sort of drop out. So maybe if someone else has that experience and you're watching this, then let us know in the comments or in the chat and tell me. So, last one. Well, the last thing I wanted to, actually I think that's pretty much all of the problems. Essentially what I would say is these are cheap. They're cheap. For less than 50 bucks or 40 pounds or whatever it may be, you are getting a whole load of technology there. Now, if you're buying them even cheaper from eBay or Alibaba or wherever, I've seen these for like $20, which God only knows what they've skimped on to get it down to that price. They may well be the same ones. They may not be. I don't know. I don't have them. I can't tell you for sure. All I can go on is buy the ones I've got from Knockies, which is who I trust and all that kind of stuff, you know. I've dealt with them. They seem legit. They're based in America. They're not some sort of selling things off a boat in China. They seem legit and we're getting good stuff from them and everything seems to work. So www.knockies.com you can go to check them out for yourself. What was I going to say? Yeah, they are cheap at the end of the day. You cannot expect them to be 100% perfect for the money that we're paying. Apple AirPods for $150, they're not perfect. They get issues with not charging, whatever, disconnecting. Everybody's in the same boat. These just cost a whole lot less. So please, if you are going to buy these things, you shouldn't be expecting perfection. You really shouldn't. That's just being completely honest with you. Yes, they're good, but they will have faults and they will have manufacturing defects. That is the reason why they become so cheap, because they do things on a cheaper budget. That's life. You buy cheap, you probably buy twice. You buy expensive, you might have to buy twice, maybe you won't, but that's the gamble we will take. Now, I really like these. They fit nice, they sound nice. The audio inversion is a little bit of a weird thing, which really does freak me out. But they're really comfy, they last for ages, and I can actually, oh, I'm playing music. I'll turn this off now. Don't want to get a copyright strike for someone hearing the music. That would suck. But going to charging actually, now that is charging when I put them in. I have noticed that if you let them sink in by themselves, like with the magnets, they're about 1 or 2 millimeters out, so they're not making a really good connection. So it might pay just to give them a push in, just to make sure they are both charging. Like I said, there's no way you can tell if they're charging on the actual buds themselves. There is a light on the top, but that tells you absolutely diddly squat. So realistically, there's no way of charging. Now, if you want to know which ones are charging or if they are charging or working, I suggest you get the i9s or the i9s. They're not as good sound quality, but at least you know where you're going with the charging. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I can't really say much more than that. I think they're pretty cool. People have had problems with them. Hopefully I've addressed some of the potential problems and maybe some of the potential fixes to resolve your problems with these. But that's it. I'm out. Mic drop. Now I'm going to have a quick drink of my cup of tea and I'm going to check some of your questions in a minute. So, yeah, bear with me. So what do you think? Did I answer your questions? If there's anyone that has come here tonight specifically to get answers to these questions, then again, hopefully I've answered them. If not, stick it in the, no, don't write it on there because that's my board. Just tell me or send a message. I'm going to quickly read this stuff. I've just seen something about charcoal powder toothpaste. Oh, Kath, you're not sharing my old videos, are you? You can't do that to Life of Tech. Life of Tech are cool. They'll think I'm a real dick now.
He says someone in China keeps trying to send him a toothbrush and he doesn't want to review well. I said, you did the charcoal toothpaste.
Yeah, and I drink so much tea. Literally, I drink tea like, well, that is a double cup effectively. And I've got those big cups that you get from Sports Direct and places like that. Like, you know, the big cups, which are like 2.5, 3 cups. I drink a couple of those, well, maybe 4 of those a day, maybe 5. So my teeth really should be brown for all the tea and coffee I drink. But they're not too bad. Oh dear. Right, who's asking?
They said I use AirPods for Australians.
Are they for Australians?
They're upside down.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, that's inverted, not upside down.
Inverted is upside down.
No, inverted is. Well, so yeah, you could. Yeah, you could. Okay, yeah. I've been corrected by the wife again. First world problems, eh?
Tony's on my side.
Article 13 will finish off UK tubers off. Okay. Now, the whole Article 13... Now, this actually, I'm going to get on my soapbox a minute, if I may. What time is it? F it. Oh, I've got some chocolate on my arm.
Eat it.
Chocolate. Article 13. Now, recently, YouTube have been putting ads up everywhere, sending emails. Article 13 is bad for YouTubers. Now, before we all get on our high horses and start sounding off, if you rely on income from YouTube for a living, etc., yes, potentially Article 13 is bad. But don't for 1 minute think that if it's not bad for you, it's not massively bad for YouTube. YouTube stands to lose a lot from Article 13. YouTube doesn't give a rat's ass about me, you, anyone else basically on this platform. All they care about is shareholders and money. Obviously, because they're a massively powerful company, and powerful companies generally don't give a damn about anything other than seeing that graph rising, seeing the money coming in. So Article 13 basically means that they will not be able to sell or have videos in the EU area that may have copyright infringement, profanity, sexism. Again, it's all that.
Boxes on your wall behind you.
It's all that ism. The box.
Article 13 could be affected because of that.
Oh right, yeah, because I'm showing some branding in the background. Basically, is BS. The whole reason why Article 13 scares YouTube, and they want us all to go, whoa, Mr. MP or Mrs. MP, you can't let this happen, it's really bad for everybody. It isn't. YouTube could quite easily police Article 13, but they don't want to put the infrastructure in to do it. Now, most people on this platform, people like myself, Tony, Brytech, Life of Tech, any of the other tubers that are watching this who've made videos, generally most of us abide by the rules. We don't do stupid things, we don't say stupid things, we don't use copyrighted material, and if we are using copyrighted material, it's in the benefit of the copyright holder. For an example, you look around what's behind me, I've got a Gigabyte motherboard, I've got a Nova box, I've got an AMD box, an Arctic box. I'm not doing anything on this channel which would put those brands into disrepute. If anything, I'm promoting their products via the channel, via the content. So I am not personally putting any of those companies' copyright into jeopardy, which is what Article 13 effectively stamps down on. So YouTube basically scan everything we do copyright-wise in our tags, in our closed captions. They have algorithms that check for this kind of stuff. As you know, if you've ever had a video which has been demonetized because of radio playing in the background, for instance, you've accidentally had a snapshot of a movie or whatever, if you've been demonetized, you know that YouTube can filter out things like that if they want to. This is what Article 13 comes down to. Yes, it's bad, it's draconian, it's imposing someone else's will on other people. I get it, I totally get it. But YouTube jumping on the bandwagon saying that we should go to our MPs or write them a letter, it's complete BS. If they don't want it, they fight it. It's their platform. They're the ones ultimately that will be responsible. And if they decide that Article 13 goes ahead, and in the EU and UK and whatever, that they can't risk us potentially showing copyrighted material in a disrepute, then they would have to shut it down. But that's their choice, whether they want to vet the videos. Now, I guess like things like this for a live streams would be out of the question because they obviously can't vet a live stream. But you look at how quick you get a strike on your account if you do play copyrighted material. It's literally within minutes of you pressing the button. So there's no reason why there can't be a slight delay or even the software be tweaked so it can spot these things. I think personally YouTube are trying to get YouTubers, viewers, etc. They're trying to get us to do their dirty work to fight or lobby the government to get rid of this ridiculous law. I don't know. What do you think? I'm off my soapbox now. Mic drop. I'm out.
Brightech's been told, I was told my channel will be blocked in fear of copyright, and even if we are out of the EU.
Brightech, in response to that, yeah, I think there's a lot of fear mongering. I genuinely don't think that YouTube actually is, as a company, or Alphabet Incorporated, I do not think for any minute that they don't have a contingency plan to work around this. I really don't. There will be a way around it. It's something that cannot be implemented. It really can't. You got Facebook. Are Facebook going to cancel or prevent anybody in the European Union posting a video? It's not going to happen. Realistically, it won't happen. And if EU try to impose it, it's never going to happen. And it'll just basically make all video makers or content creators go through kind of grey channels or underground methods, or just post their videos in the US. It's not exactly difficult to do. All you have to do is use a geolocation proxy, and yay, bingo, I'm in the US. I can start posting videos. It's just political nonsense. I'm not worried about it. You shouldn't be worried about it. Article 13 is so far down the list on my thing of things to worry about, it's not even funny. So I wouldn't. Life of tech, yeah. I think we'll all be fine. I think we will. I generally think we will. I can't see it. You think all the big players, Vimeo, Twitter, YouTube, Google, Facebook, WhatsApp are getting in on the video stuff now as well. Basically, anything that you can send a video with, or Instagram moments, all that kind of stuff, IGTV, Snapchat even, there's no way they can police it, and maybe one or two people have been made examples of, but realistically most of us, like I said, we're using stuff in conjunction with, if I said something stupid, which I'm not going to say now, but if I said something stupid during a live broadcast or a pre-recorded video, then yeah, I can understand it. Yeah, they'll either demonetize the channel or remove the video or whatever, and perhaps give you a fine. That is the more acceptable thing. If they turn around and said, look, this is our plan. If Article 13 is implemented, because you are on our platform, we will get sued. So in turn, we will then sue you. Fine. I can't see anybody in the right mind not agreeing to those terms. And being that Google have got your bank account details and all that kind of stuff, there's no reason why they can't just do on-the-spot fines if you do stuff like that. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. It's completely hypothetical. I'm not saying they will, but that would be the most realistic thing I could see happening. Because I can't see them letting YouTube go down. We make, don't forget, we make, as content creators, we make YouTube an absolute shit ton of money. Now, if you've got monetization on your channel, or you take super chat or anything like that, whenever you see a video come up, don't think that YouTube aren't making money out of that, because they totally are, because otherwise you wouldn't see it. And the same goes for us. I don't get paid, or we don't get paid the 100% of the adverts that come out on this channel. Of course we don't. We probably get a small fraction of what the video, the actual company is paid to have that video put on the YouTube platform. And again with super chat, like if you get a super chat, a £5 super chat, you're lucky if you get £2.50 out of, because taxes and YouTube taking their money and all that, and handling fees. So they are risking too much. They can't let that money go. So there's no way they're going to shut us all down. They'll make us change the terms and conditions if they have to, but that's the worst case scenario, that maybe we'll have to say, yes, we will sign this digital form to say if we do anything stupid, we will essentially be liable for it. And that's it. It's taking ownership of that problem, which is what Google will have to do, or YouTube will have to do. And breathe. Right. Wow. That went on a bit. I don't know. What do you think though? Am I talking crap? Am I making any sense at all? It's late on a Friday, so probably not. But no. Welsh Tony says we'll all have to just go and move to Pornhub, like the other YouTubers did last time. Is that right? Now that's interesting. Is that monetized? Can you monetize your videos on Pornhub? Because hey, I've put my videos on anywhere, I don't care. Welsh Tony, I get 0 revenue from my videos. Aw, sad face. Yeah, that's a good point which Tony has raised there actually. YouTube has had 100% of the revenue off of all of your videos. So if you look at your channel's history, if you look at your lifetime minutes, and then probably arguably for every 3 minutes of video, that's an advertising spot. So there's probably, I don't know, I don't know what your viewing figures are, but say for argument's sake, there's 500,000 images or adverts been showed on your channel. So if there's 500,000 adverts been shown, even if they're a couple of pence an advert, you see what I'm saying? That's like tens of thousands of pounds right there, which you've seen absolutely nothing of.
Yeah, but you don't get adverts on videos under 1,000 subs.
You do at the beginning, you get pre-roll adverts.
Very rarely do when I'm watching anything.
Okay, Kath's saying you don't get adverts on some of the non-monetized channels, but generally I think YouTube will chuck in a video wherever they feel they can. So yeah, and you imagine there's probably a massive amount of people who put videos on YouTube who never monetize their channel, and also people that work hard and do kind of 1 or 2 videos every other day and are not in a position to monetize their videos yet. So there's probably, I don't know, say arguably 30%, 40% of all YouTube videos are probably not monetized. So Google are making their money. And actually, what I think of it, talking to YouTube and things like that, Maxwell, what was his? Maxwell Kingston, if you're watching or listening, Maxwell Kingston from good old New Zealand, you know, where they have good day, mate, and all that kind of stuff. No, it's not. Stick another shrimp on the Barbie. No. That's a thing from Dumb and Dumber. You may be too young to know that film.
Austria.
But that's Austria, anyway, not New Zealand, so that's completely wrong. Anyway, Maxwell, I think you're a new subscriber, you've been watching the channel and you've asked for a shout out, so here you are. Here's your shout out. Maxwell, good evening. Okay, that's that out of the way. I will do those like adverts. Actually, I've seen that. There is another guy who does YouTube in Bristol, I believe it's Bristol, and literally his entire channel is doing shout outs. And people pay him massive amounts of money in kind of, what do they call them? Super chat. They pay him super chats to call some other person a nonce. It's like, really? Like, there's people like, I would say, myself, Welsh Tony, Brytech, Life of Tech, anyone else who's watching or listening to this drivel. We are people, and especially Brytech, you probably put a lot of time and research into the stuff you're doing, because PC fixes and all that kind of stuff, they don't just like, you don't wake up in a moment and like there's a bright light coming through the window and you can see like an outline of a cross in the shadow in the background, and some heavenly angel comes to you and gives you a piece of paper and say, right, this is how to fix your NVIDIA drivers. That doesn't happen. I nearly said an S word, I'm not going to say it, demonetization, but that doesn't happen. you find your fixes by actually making stuff work or by fixing stuff. Same as I do, same as other channels do. So that is basically, yeah, we work hard or to make our content, to film it, to get nice B-roll or to whatever, to get a nice backdrop, whatever it may be, to keep it nice for the viewer. Whereas this guy literally is sat in front of drinking a thing of lemonade with a really bad webcam, and he's literally there. He's like, right, I'm going to give you half an hour to the subscribers, and literally he just reads out super chats for half an hour of like, oh yeah, Sam, yeah, you're a nonce. There you go. Right, who's next? And literally he just spends half an hour doing that, and he says, right, I'm only going to do it until I finish my drink.
But he earned about 250.
Yeah, we counted, me and Kath, because we were like dumbfounded by this. So we were watching it, and in the space of about half an hour, he got the best part of about £300 worth of super chats for half an hour's work. What the actual is going on? Incredible. So, and actually his subscriber count was like off the chart. It was something mental. It was like about 40, 50,000. If not, it's about 100,000. And literally all he does is he's actually, to be fair, he was talking about, what other stuff was he talking about? I can't remember because I was so bamboozled by it. But I think he was talking about like looking after yourself in, I can't remember. Yeah, I think he was like kind of like a motivational speaker, like how he'd been down to the dark side and been kind of down and out or been on drugs or whatever it may be, but has then kind of worked in either he did boxing or some kind of martial arts or something and kind of got himself back on the straight and narrow. I don't know, maybe I'm making it up like I did about the RoboCop thing. I don't know, there's some crazy stuff that goes on inside here, honestly, there really is. I don't know what goes on half the time, so for you guys to work out what's going on there, you've got no chance. But anyway, yeah, it's oh man, it was mental. And I don't get it. I really don't get it. There must be a load of people sat around their computers waiting for a live stream, and a lot of the super chats he was getting, he didn't even acknowledge because they were coming in so fast. And it was like, I don't get it. I really don't get it. And there's like people paying £50 for him to call one of their friends a dick or something. It's like, really? I'm so in the wrong business. Mental. It's going back up. So what's Life of Tech starting a new channel where we all get to swear at each other. I think that's a good idea. We could all super chat each other, and eventually our money would run out because Google would take the whole lot, or YouTube. That'd be rubbish. Yeah, Brightech's channel has got lots of content, and if it is actually an excellent channel, Brightech. Kudos. Respect where respect is due. Yeah, right. You've certainly earned your stripes and hero status, and love you. Is that how they do it? I don't know. What do the kids do these days? Is that, isn't it?
That's that. Yeah, I thought it was all ass backwards.
I can't do it. I'm not down with the Ute.
Tony's got to have sent too many messages again.
Tony has sent too many messages. Right, okay, I think that is pretty much it. I don't think there's anything else I was going to mention. Mostly, actually, tonight's stream, I probably will do this video again, actually, properly for the i10, and do it in some kind of structured format for all the people that have been contacting us and commenting. Although hopefully this might answer a few of their questions. But anyway, so lots of exciting stuff to look forward to next week in the news coming up, hopefully. And I'm actually on the lookout for a new monitor. So if anyone sees a really nice monitor, doesn't have to be 4K because my eyes are so bad that it could be 720p and I wouldn't notice. But all joking aside, 27-inch, 32-inch monitor. If you get any advice or any good ideas, cheap, let me know, and I will be looking at them. Yeah, going to be lots of stuff to do this coming week, I think. Christmas coming and all that, better start stocking up on all the videos. So anyway, it is now up, just gone, well, it's nearly 20 to 12, so I better call that a day. Everyone who's been watching, thank you so much for joining us. It's been absolutely great, and hopefully I haven't bored you too much with the i10 stuff, but I did tell the subscribers that I would do this live stream tonight, so I didn't want to let them down. And hopefully it's been informative to anyone who's potentially thinking about getting some of these. So, Night to Brightech, Night to Welsh Tony, Life of Tech, 80s Horror Fan. Oh, who was the... Oh, I can't think of the other... To all of you, Maxwell, keep watching Maxwell, we'll catch you again in the next one. Don't forget, if you've got any ideas for this acrylic PC, let me know, and yeah, that's it, we're out of here. Kath says goodbye, I say goodbye, the cats are all licking themselves, it's time for bed. Night everybody.